Hey, good morning everyone and welcome to ShortSalePowerHour.com. My name's Fred Weaver, my partner behind the camera, Kevin Kaufman. We're Group 4610, Arizona's premier short sale team, and we're joined today by a very special guest. We have been kind of featuring this and talking about it for quite some time, and we finally got the man on camera. So, joined today by Martin Andelman, who has his own blog, Andelman Matters. Correct?
Andelman Matters.
Andelman Matters, and is featured in several other places. So, rather than me try to tell our audience who you are, do you have like 30 or 45 seconds of who you are, what you're about, what you've done? And I know that's like a 10-minute conversation and speech, but maybe just give us a tidbit for our viewers that know nothing about you, what you're all about.
No problem. 20-year career. I can do it in 20 seconds.
Okay,
no
sounds good.
I'm the writer on Andelman Matters, and I write for the Niche Report magazine, and I write about the economy, the political, social, economic factors having to do with the meltdown that we're currently in.
Absolutely. So we just
and Martin might be the one man who's pissed off more banks than you and me.
That might be
which is why we like him already.
You can dream.
Yeah. Well, I think what I've learned as we've been here at lunch, Kevin used the term pissed off. He definitely pisses some people off, as do we from time to time.
Just the fact that I said pissed off some people.
But the point is that over this lunch that we've had here today, what I've learned is that this guy's all about people. He's about homeowners and helping them make the right decision for their future. If it makes some banks mad in the process, he can live with himself, but he's really about people, and if I could say the American way, you're really about people being able to live their life free of shame, guilt, and the mighty bank over their head.
No question. I think we need a little balance, don't you?
Absolutely. So, hey, you were just sharing with us off camera about a new blog topic that you just wrote on. Do you want to talk around that, or do you have another thing you want to share with us?
Oh, sure. I'd be happy to tell you. Chase has a new rule, and I wrote about this yesterday. Chase has a new rule that you can't postpone a sale unless if it's more than 7 daes. Well, it could be 5 daes. 2 days. I called 3 times, so I got 3 different answers. But
got it. Okay. Never had that happen.
No, it's sort of a par for the course thing. But you can't postpone a sale anymore at Chase if it's less than 7 days before the sale, or maybe 5 or 2. But you get the idea.
Got it.
So
okay.
There's some arbitrary number of days, and if you don't postpone the sale before that, then it's going to be sold at a trustee sale, regardless of why you're postponing the sale. Like yesterday, the lawyer that called me, the reason they were trying to postpone the sale with Chase was because they just found out that the person was approved by Chase for the loan modification. So they thought that would be an awfully good reason to postpone selling the house.
So some attorney called you and told you that this was Chase's new policy, which you of course followed up on, and a borrower, a homeowner, was approved for a loan mod
with Chase,
but they won't postpone the sale date because it's less than 7 days.
Chase, right? Again, wouldn't, because it wasn't within the time. So you're approved for the loan modification, but it's too late. So nice, thank you for playing.
Gotcha.
I think they got fabulous cash and prizes, maybe something in a parting gift. So I thought that was bizarre, and it's another, I think most importantly, look, it's another indication of what's going on with what I see from the banks all the time. It is an attitude that they are they're fine, we're the ones having the problem. They're trying to help, but they're getting a headache, and they really don't want to be bothered. And that attitude is so fundamentally wrong and so disconnected with what every homeowner in the country thinks of this, that it's getting out of control. It's getting out of hand, and I think they're going to pay a price at the end of the day for this kind of stuff.
Absolutely. The one thing that I respect about Martin here is he's just been sharing with us that this man receives over 1,000 emails a day. You've got, 30-some thousand hardcore readers of your daily blog, correct? You've got a bigger audience than that, but feel free to correct any of my statistics as they may be wrong. But you've got a lot of people that are reading what you're doing out there, and one thing that I've noticed about you is that you do care and you are responding to these people, but inherently what you hear from these people and the attorneys you talk to that are doing loan mods and the realtors you talk to that are doing short sales is that the banks seem to be playing by their own set of rules. Is that a fair way to say that?
I don't think the banks even know rules. Do you think Bank of America knows what Bank of America's going to do? Last year, Bank of America foreclosed on a bunch of homes they didn't own. Do you think they can predict what they're going to do next year? Bank of America was charged with breaking and entering this year on a few occasions. I wouldn't have seen that coming. I would never have guessed. Shoplifting next year? What's next? Chase was arrested for shoplifting? I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't think they have rules. I think they just feel like it's business as usual. They're the bank, you're not. Yeah. We did whatever.
Interesting. You wrote a blog too the other day, kind of talking around how some homeowners in Texas actually have
Isn't that exciting?
Well,
Isn't
that's
that
an exciting.
exciting?
Would you mind? I mean, giving a little summary snippet of that?
No,
Because I
I
thought
don't at
that's
all.
pretty cool.
Look, here's the deal. If you're a homeowner out there and you're watching this, or you're a realtor and you're trying to get a loan modification, you're dealing with this bank, it's awful. Write a letter to your servicer and ask them about something about the payment or the terms of the trial mod or something to do with servicing the loan. And when they ignore it, because they will, then that actually is apparently a qualified written request under RESPA. And if they do ignore it, then you can be in federal court and you can sue them because that's a RESPA violation. And some homeowners in Texas realize this. They got the, don't mess with Texas. They got the Texas Justice League, and they're suing Bank of America. There's a bunch of them, 15 of them, and it's all written up. You can find it on my blog. You can Google Mandelman Matters and find it, or I can send it to you. And you can
we'll
put
link it. We'll link it right below this video.
Because you did a great job in that blog of breaking down basically the charges, if I can say it that way, and the whole write-up. The attorney, what they were alleging, what's happened, and pretty much to me, it seemed like what I experienced at every bank in the country.
That was true. I mean, look, it's true about.
Yeah.
I read the description and went, "Wow, I'd recognize Bank of America anywhere." But I'm kidding. It's all of them. But the point is that one of the reasons this crisis has been allowed to go on as long as it has, let's face it, it's because on one side of the table is B of A or Chase, and the other side's like Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Like, that's not really an even deal. But in Texas, 15 homeowners got together and said, "Gee, maybe we pool our resources here. We get a lawyer." All of a sudden. It seems to be working. I was happy to see it.
Yeah, for me, I don't necessarily get excited that people just start suing each other, but I think it is time. The reason I like the lawsuit is it's time that the borrower, the homeowners, got together and said enough of this, because something has to be done at the banks to respond in a certain way, and just getting mad at them and all the blogging we do, sharing what they do, doesn't seem to be making too many changes. So at the end of the day, banks do tend to respond to, legal matters, shall I say it that way?
Yeah, I don't know if that by itself will do it, but
I don't.
Every little bit helps.
I think if enough people though around the country start doing that, because as we know, RESPA applies to all 50 states, it's not just a Texas thing,
right?
Then you might have some progress being made at some level.
Excuse me, look, let's face it, the thing we were just talking about, Chase has a new rule, right?
Yeah.
They won't postpone a sale. Why do they have it? They have it because last year, they sold so many homes that they had promised not to, and they had to buy them back. And so, that must be costly. I empathize with them. That is a problem. If you were selling houses you promised not to and had to buy them back, that would be annoying. So, you do need a policy at Chase to stop that. It's just, you could have come up with a policy that maybe made your internal operations better, like so that didn't happen anymore. But you came up with a policy that blamed it that punished the borrower by saying, "Oh, I know how we'll fix that. We won't let them postpone them if it gets too close within a week because we're not competent enough to stop the house from selling that we promised wouldn't sell." And that's not the kind of way you fix that problem, is it? Maybe you make yourself better. But no, they gave that up.
Yeah. Well, hey, Martin, thanks so much for joining us today. I'm going to kind of wrap this episode up, and I know you've watched at least a couple episodes and are familiar with the little thing here we do at the end, so feel free to join along. If not, I'll belt it out. We're in the middle of a nice restaurant somewhere in the
They
LA area.
ambushed me here, and we're sitting in a restaurant near my house. Yes,
we've got a paint gun pointed at Martin right now.
Yeah. I'm going to show you later on. They're let me come on again. I'll show you the fun you can have with a paint gun in sort of a political way. Yeah, there's political uses for that. So it's, what is this, short sale power hour?
Short sale power, yes.
I like it. I'm with this. I'm with the whole thing here.
On three, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Short sale power hour. Short sale power hour.